Hey guys, welcome back. I've just got back from, went out for took dogs for a walk a minute ago and did a little walk and talk video. And then got back home and for some reason or another, I'll just make sure it's recording now, yeah it's all working now. I got back and there was nothing on the SD card, so I'm going to have to shoot this video again. So yeah, haven't posted for a few days. Had a fairly good weekend. Went to my brother's birthday party on Saturday evening. That was all good. Just me and the wife, my brother and his family, and sort of maybe about 10 of their friends from the little village where they live. Kettle's just boiled. Time for a cup of green tea. I'll just pour that and I'll let that brew for a few minutes. Lovely. So yeah, I had a nice little evening at my brother's house. Did a barbecue, that sort of stuff. Didn't end up getting pissed or anything, but didn't go to bed till like bloody, I don't know, it was about 7 in the morning or something. So the next day was a bit of a write-off. Didn't get a huge amount done yesterday. I think we got back here at about, I don't know, 3:30 in the afternoon. And then just spent the rest of the day just chilling out in bed pretty much, feeling very tired. So yeah, today, Monday, wife went back to work this morning after 3 weeks of holiday. So yeah, she wasn't really feeling the desire to go back to work, but she's alright. She's got a fairly good job that she enjoys, so it's not too much of a problem. So yeah, no kids in the house either, it's just me and the dogs today, because my boy's gone down to south of France with his mum, so he'll be with her for the next 4 weeks, and my wife's 2 boys with their dad for 4 weeks, yeah, so yeah, it's quite a bit weird being in a very quiet house this morning. I didn't really know what to do myself, because I've just been running around after other people for quite a while, so yeah, first time that I've actually had a bit of time to myself, which is nice. But yeah, also with the sort of the stress that I was going through for the last sort of year or whatever with my ex-employers and all that sort of stuff. Plus trying to sort a wedding out as well. So yeah, it's like sort of now that the kids have buggered off, you know, sort of like your nerves, you know, sort of let go, and it's a bit, you know, it's a bit weird. Trying to think what the word is. I don't know, I felt a bit sort of melancholy this morning, if that makes any sense. But no, it's a bit strange, but it's, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I was just watching a bit of YouTube this morning as I was sort of getting ready to start my day. There's quite a lot of videos about, you know, the UK and all the migrant hotel business and the protests and all that sort of stuff going on. So I watched a few things on that, and then came across one of Kirky's videos where he's talking about sort of leaving the UK, that sort of stuff. I think it might be something that's sort of playing on his mind a bit as well. So yeah, I'll sort of talk about that a little bit today. I mean, you know, everyone's got their own opinion on it, but a lot of people now are sort of asking that question, you know, should I sort of stay in the UK? People sort of say, oh, you know, stay and fight, but you know, fight's a very strong word. Is there anything left to fight for? That's debatable as well. But yeah, so staying and fighting. If fighting is kicking off in front of these hotels, then I don't really think that's the answer. That's just my opinion. You'd be better off trying to fight the politicians and the government, and you know, protest outside the House of Commons, that sort of stuff. Try and get some laws changed, because just kicking up a ruckus and kicking off with the police, you're not going to get anything done like that. So that's just my view on it. You know, other people are sort of saying, you know, if you don't live in England, you haven't got an opinion. I can sort of see where they're coming from. I live in France, have done for a long time now. But I still like to think that, you know, I'm entitled to an opinion on what goes on in, you know, the country that I was born in. So yeah, I mean, you know, if people that do want to leave the UK or whatever, in a lot of cases they'll be branded a coward and all this sort of shit and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just sort of tit for tat name calling that happens on both sides. But you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing cowardly about moving to a different country to better, you know, to get a better life and get a better quality of life. Because let's face it, you know, the quality of life in the UK it's pretty shit at the moment. There's not a lot of people that have got a lot of good things to say about it. So yeah, you know, if you wanna you know, do something different, then just go and do it. I mean, it was obviously fairly easy for me because I was 21 when I moved to France. So, you know, in your early 20s, you know, you're not sort of held back by much. I was single, didn't have any kids, just had a small property in Dorset where I lived, so sold that. You know, that didn't take long. So yeah, I was sort of free to go and do what I want, and I had the opportunity, and I took it. I think obviously if I was in that situation now at 43, it'd be probably a bit of a different story. You know, kids, wife, all that sort of business. So yeah, I mean, you've just got to take that leap of faith, because staying in the country and it's just going completely off the rails. You know, there's no point staying there if you sort of get to retirement age and think, oh, you know, why didn't I bloody move away? You know, when I was young and fit and healthy, sort of thing. So, you know, you don't want to have any regrets in life. So you might as well you know, do your research, do your homework, try and find somewhere that will suit your needs, your family needs, work needs, that sort of stuff. You know, there's obviously you've got to do a lot of maths as well. You've got to work out the cost of these things. Have you got a bit of a sort of cushion to, you know, to fall back on if stuff doesn't work out as you want it to when you first move away? So, you know, it's a huge decision. But more and more people are doing it. I think Kirky came out with some numbers about how many people have left the UK in like the last year or something, and it's pretty full on. So yeah, definitely food for thought. If you're in England and you're not happy with the way it's going, you know, do you stay and just staying fighting isn't really what anyone's doing. They're just staying in the UK, putting up with it, you know, and not really having an opinion about anything and being very apathetic and lazy. And so yeah, I don't really see how people like that are staying and fighting. They're just staying because they're too bloody idle to do anything else. So yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. From someone that left the UK, you know, quite a long time ago now. So yeah, you know, it's up to you to whether you want to do this sort of thing. I can only recommend it. I wouldn't ever go back and live in England. I'm happy where I am in France. I'm not saying it's a paradise or anything. France has got its own problems as well, just like the UK has. But nowhere near on the scale as what's going on in the UK. It's just gone completely off the bloody spectrum of stupidness. The way that it's gone with the latest government, especially. So yeah, I mean, I like going back to England now and again, but I'm always really happy to get back home. So yeah, I mean, obviously France won't be for everybody. The language barrier will be a massive hindrance to a lot of people. So yeah, that will sort of leave you with other options. You know, there's English-speaking countries. There's other countries that speak more English than they do in France. The French are pretty bad with languages, and they don't want to learn anyone else's language. So if you don't speak French, you won't get very far here. So yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's a bit of a conundrum, really. I think one of the things that holds people back is just the money type thing. because people are just so, up to their bloody neck at the moment in the UK. Hardly anyone's got any disposable income. So yeah, it's not easy to get out of the country. It's very easy to get into the country, but it's a different story if you want to leave. You know, who knows where it's going to go? But in like say 5-10 years time, the government might start limiting the amount of people that can legally leave the country. Full time. So yeah, I mean, if I was you, I'd just book a plane ticket and go somewhere and do something else. It's that simple at the end of the day. Obviously, if you've got kids and stuff, it's going to be a bit of a, you have to think about stuff a little bit more. But if you're single, if you're young and single and you're fed up with the UK, just get out and go anywhere else, basically. That'd probably be my advice. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. I'll let you crack on with your Monday. I'll have my cup of tea and see if I can upload this video. Hopefully it works. And yeah, I just want to say a quick thanks to I've got like maybe 30 odd new subscribers in the last 10 days. Not really sure how that happened. The algorithm does funny things, and I think the first video that I did has got like loads of views in the last few days, so I'm trying to figure out how does that work. But yeah, thanks for subscribing anyway. Thanks for jumping on board, leaving the comments. Keep at it. Keep leaving comments, and let me know if you're in a sort of similar situation. If you're in the UK, if you're fed up with UK life and you want to go and do something else, drop a little comment. Maybe you've already done it. Maybe you've already gone somewhere else and you found your little slice of heaven. Or maybe you've gone somewhere and it didn't work out and you've come back to England. That can always happen as well. So yeah, drop us a message and I'll get back to you. Okay, take care. Bye bye.